Hey guys, welcome to Skew Hero. We're going to be going over a demo of our image studio in this video. So I'm going to start off in our products tool and actually find a product here that we're going to use in the demo. So select all categories. I'm going to load everything up and we've got a brand new baby that's got a bouncer here. So I want to pick a product in case I need to take some images. All right, so let's see, let's go there. All right, so you want to pick the similar price range, similar buyer intent to your product. We're trying to essentially beat the top competitors in the niche as far as their images and their messaging, all of that. So here's the one I have. Let me find a few more. So here's kind of one of them. This is a more modern style bouncer. This is not really a bouncer. It's a chair. Another modern style. This is a different type. I would say this one here is similar. So we've got three. You can pick up to three competitors. And we're going to open the AI Hub up now. And let me make this full screen. All right, so if you're in another niche that our products tool doesn't support right now, you can just change the marketplace and kind of do this manually. It'll still work, but I'm gonna do baby bouncer. All right, and then let's grab our product. I'll go there and I will tag this and create the project. Okay, so what it's gonna do, it's gonna go and grab the information, reviews, images from our competitors. It's also got the info for the product here that we're calling ours. And we're going to spin up now an AI brief. We've got some keyword intelligence here from brand analytics. We can import more reviews if we want. Right now it's just got the top reviews from the listings here, but if we want to import more reviews, we can do this via our Chrome extension. It's pretty easy. And then I'm going to go ahead and plan out our slots here because this is how I like to do it. So, okay, so I really like the human connection ones because it shows models and things like that. You can also add a few more slots if you want. I'm going to go ahead and run the brief now. So just click on that. So that is going to take a few minutes to run. It's doing quite a bit. You can open up the brief here and sift through it. It does a complete analysis on the products, the market, the reviews, keywords. My favorite thing though is the image strategy. So this is what gets populated and used for our scenes, for our slots here for our images. So you can see it pulled over the scenes from our listing planner here, and now we've got prompts based on the competitive brief for each of our images, and you can customize these. There's other templates and features that you can kind of expand to fine tune, but when you're just getting started with this, I kind of recommend just going through this workflow. The quick start here, you are going to want to make sure you choose some additional reference images, and this is where if I didn't like any of these, I would want to take some with my phone from different close-up angles. If there's any specific text on the product, make sure you take a good picture of that. I'm just going to choose a few of these. These are going to be sent with the prompts for references, so it gets the image and the different details correct. So you're going to want to choose that. And then for brand settings, it's got a strategy here you can override if you don't like some of it. You can also add your logo, add packaging, add models. So there's a lot of features here. I'm not going to really dive into all of them. There'll be some other training videos in the members area on some of this, but you could obviously set those up. All right. And then what you want to do is go down through here. And if you want to fine tune or tweak any of the prompts, you can do that at this point. I am actually just going to run these though. So I'm going to click generate all. You can go through if there's some of these you don't want to run, you can uncheck those. But I'm going to just see what we get. I'm going to hit confirm. So it's going to take 2 to 3 minutes to get these images back. And once they're done, you can essentially expand these and see all the results, which is my favorite part. And what you're going to want to do is go down through, and any of them that you like and you think you might want to edit, you're just going to star them, and it's going to move them over here to your concepts. All right, and it's good to have a few different angles. Amazon has their main image guidelines, but there's always that gray area you can experiment with. So if there's some that you, again, want to potentially tweak and edit, make sure you star those. And I'm just kind of randomly picking a few here. All right, and keep in mind if there's elements of them that you like that there's certain things that you would change. It's very easy to in this next phase to make modifications. So I recommend you kind of pick more than you think you might need, and then if there's some that just don't hit the mark, you can reimagine them. So there's different options here if you want to use the existing concept image as a reference. That's what this option allows you to do, or you can go down through and completely edit the prompts again and rerun it, and there'll be a version within each slot then that you can cycle through. So let's see what else we have here. So we got happy baby face showing genuine enjoyment. There she's kind of sleeping, but I like this one a lot. Anytime you can get baby smiling. This one's got a dog, that's cool. If you find models you like, one thing I like to do is go back in the settings, and you can open up the branding here and put their image in for the models, and that'll make all of the models consistent across all your images. So that's pretty cool. And then if you want to completely skip over this phase, you can just upload your own images here in the third phase, and that's kind of the edit phase, and you can toggle these on and off to improve your layout. So that's pretty nice. The other feature is you can add manual slots here. So if you want to do a blank slot, that's kind of your own custom prompts. If you want to reimagine your current listing, that's another cool feature. You can come in, choose different templates for the listing types, and just click generate, and it's going to reimagine your entire listing that you currently have set up and kind of give you a whole different theme. And then the other one is reimagine your listing based on your competitors' listings. So you can come in here, you can pick which competitor you want to kind of model off of. It's not obviously going to copy them, but it's going to have some elements that are related to them. So that's a nice feature. The testing the props and text, this is where I talked about the gray areas. You can come in here and pick any images that you've starred and say, hey, I want to add this, and have some different angles that may or may not be in the gray area with Amazon's terms, with showing like inlays and smaller images at different angles. So that's a cool feature you can test out, as well as if you have product packaging, you can test different text on product packaging. You'd probably want to add your product packaging in the settings so it gets that completely right, but it'll show up behind the product, and then you can test out some different keywords, and then if you want to refine them here in the editing section, we can do that. So let's hop over now and work on a few of these. When you bring it into the editor, it's not going to be to Amazon's preferred resolution yet. We're giving you a lot more variations at a smaller resolution to conserve costs, and in this final editing stage, you're going to want to probably bump that up a little bit, but you can still see it's just 1 credit's worth, and it gets it into 2K. When you're ready to finally export it, you can pop it up to 4K, but I'm going to go ahead and stay with these settings here, and then I'm going to say I want to add a curly-haired, yeah, you guessed it, red-haired. Let's do that, and we'll enhance that. All right, so you can see up here in the concepts, if I click on that, now I've got a awesome red-haired baby that I think will convert better. And that's essentially what you do to edit them. You can come through and you can see the different variations. There's also a pretty slick before and after slider here you can add, just so as you edit, you can clearly compare. If you want to add the prompts at this stage from your brief, you can do that. Same with kind of the text click-through rate hacks. If you come in here, there's some pills for common changes that you might make, but basically it's really chatting with the image, and then as you type that in, just send it off and it'll come back within about a minute. You can also upload additional reference images if there's some feedback that is just not working out with the AI, and it helps to kind of send a reference image. In combination with that, you can see what it might look like on mobile. There'll also be another view, we don't have it in this demo version, with looking at your image alongside competitors, so you can just visualize what your especially your main image, is going to look like. If you pop out of the before and after, there's a annotation feature. So if you want to add an element over here or add some text here, you can kind of tell it to do that and then send that off as your reference image, and it just helps with kind of the conversation and getting the right image back that you're looking for. So but yeah, that's basically it. It's kind of a cyclical process. As you make edits, they're going to show up here and kind of be stored in your concepts. You can click in here, see the edit history, as well as down here at the bottom, there's kind of a little film strip. So it's pretty intuitive. As you cycle it back through, if you want to go back and reimagine different concepts, you can go back to phase 2 and then send it back to phase 3. So it's a pretty good system. And then once you're happy with your final images down here in the editor, all you do is just click the download button there and it'll save to your computer. All right, and you can open that up, upload it to your Amazon listing, and get to testing. Hope you guys see that we have made it incredibly inexpensive now to test literally hundreds of images on your products. And if you like the Amazon mode, there's also a social media mode. So you can use the Image Studio to generate Instagram images, TikTok media. So just a lot of different options here. We do a lot of PPC analysis and audits, things like that. Honestly, changing your images is the easiest and most impactful thing you can do right now. You can see in this video, it literally took me 10 minutes to get almost 80 images that we could iterate on and get good data back in combination with PPC to improve our sales. I hope you guys found this video powerful. If you're interested in checking out more behind the scenes and getting access to this tool, you can sign up for free at SKUhero.com. There's a lot of additional training and info you can get in the members area there, so I'd invite you to sign up and get access. See you guys.